What I'm showing you here is the 15-minute chart and respectfully asking you as a new trader, what do you see here? How could you make any trading decisions, because this is just a blank chart without any points of reference? You certainly wouldn't fly a plane without gauges and dials and instruments on your dash panel, nor would you trade a chart like this without having some intelligence to back up your trades. Believe it or not, there are traders who would throw a dart at this chart and execute buys and sells without really knowing what they're doing. Certainly a major form of gambling, which we're not into. So let me show you how I've doctored up this 15-minute chart and how you should approach your trading. And here it is. This is the 15-minute chart. You'll notice, to the new traders out there, that I've drawn this demarcation line here between yesterday's session and today's session. This demarcation line is at midnight Eastern Time. I could very easily have drawn this line at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Those are the two most popular times to draw this line. Some people prefer to trade from midnight on in advance of the London session at 3 a.m. Eastern Time. Some people prefer to get into the Asian session, and that's why they start at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. So on that note, we calculate our pivots here based on a midnight demarcation. If you're going to be trading as of 5 p.m. Eastern Time, you want to do your pivots at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And by that I mean you want to grab the open high-low close for this 24-hour period up to midnight or up to 5 p.m. using the procedure in the course. We're looking for the open high-low close covering this 24-hour period. And the way you do that using the midnight paradigm is you want to grab the open from the midnight candle 24 hours in advance of this one. You want to get the midnight candle using the open, then look for the highest high and lowest low in between that candle and 24 hours later, which is right here. And the open for the midnight candle here is the close for that 24 hours. You then plug the open high-low close into the pivot calculator in the members area and out pop the 9 pivot levels, 2 of which I've shown here. We do calculate the pivots for you based on the midnight paradigm, so you don't have to do that. Were you to trade as of 5 p.m. Eastern Time, you would have to do your own calculations. I'm predisposed to the midnight session, and that's the one I focus on. Again, I do that because I like to have the pivots available for the London session, which in this case started at 3 a.m. Eastern Time right in here, and I hope I don't forget to talk about that because there's something I want to say in here. Again, for the new traders, I've drawn these two pivot lines here, M3 and the central pivot point. There's no need to draw any other lines because there's no price action to warrant doing that, certainly not up here or down here. So you draw the ones that are pertinent to the price action you're looking at. Again, to repeat myself, I say this over and over again, you don't necessarily need to draw these lines, you just need to know what the value is for M3 and the pivot point here in this case, because you want to evaluate price action in relation to those two pivot points so that you can make trading decisions.